Hi guys, let's look at the next question in our chapter triangles. The next question is question number 11. Before we start, let us quickly revise the properties of congruency that we've learned, or rather the tests. So the one is SSS, another is SAS, the third one was ASA, another form of this is AAS, and then the last one was right angle, hypotenuse and side. So these are the 5 tests available for proving congruency, which we've done in our last video. Let's start some more. Let's start the remaining questions of this exercise. Question number 11. It says in the given figure, AB is given parallel to FD. So AB and FD are parallel. And what else? AC is parallel to GE. So these two lines are parallel. And BD and CE are equal. We need to prove that BG and DF are equal. So let's look at which triangles do these are a part of. So BG and CF. No, not CF. BG and DF. Sorry, my mistake. So BG and DF. So this is clearly a part of this triangle DFC, and BG is a part of triangle BGE. So let's try and prove these two congruent and see if it works. Like I said, I always draw a rough diagram for my reference. So let's draw it again. So this is G, this is B, this is E, and this is D, this is F, this is C. Let's see if anything which is given. I know that BG and DF are parallel. So if these are two parallel lines, what does it make these two angles? Yes, these are corresponding angles. So are corresponding angles equal? Yes, corresponding angles are equal. Now let's look at the second two side angles. Let's look at this line which is GE, and let's look at AC. If these are two parallel lines which is given, and if this is my transversal, what does it make these two angles? Yes, these two angles are also corresponding angles, so these two are also equal. So let us just mark angle B and angle D are equal, and angle E here and angle C here are equal. So let us see if I can get a side equal, and let's see what we can get. I notice that BD and CE are equal, but BE, which is what I'm looking at now, has DE added to it, and CD that I'm looking at now also has DE added to it. So I think I've already got what I wanted to do. Let's start writing. So number 4, BD is equal to CE. This is given. This is from 3. Let's add DE to both sides. Yes, I'm allowed to add the same number to both sides. So this gives me BD plus DE is equal to CE plus DE. What does this give me? Let's give it number 5. BD plus DE is BE, and CE plus DE gives me DC. Perfect. So now I've got BE and DC also equal. So angle, side, angle, and I've been able to prove these two triangles congruent. So let's start writing this now. In triangle BGE and triangle DFC. Note that what I did in this question, I drew a rough diagram. I tried to figure out what is equal. I just drew lines to visually identify what is equal, and then I figured out that I can't prove SSS. I don't have two sides. I had two angles, which is either of these two should work for me, and I figured that this side could be equal. So you need to know what you need to reach, where you need to reach, and try and figure out what you know which will help you reach there. So let's start writing. Number 6 would be angle GBE. Like I said, always a good habit to write angle in 3 letters is equal to FDC. We'll write the reason later. And angle GEB is equal to angle FCD. Now these are corresponding angles are equal. So this is the reason for both of them. These are corresponding angles. And number 8 is BE is equal to DC. This is from 5. So by angle, side, angle. Yes, the side is between the two angles. So angle, side angle test, we have triangle BGE is congruent to triangle DFC. B is equal to D, that's why this is 1, and E is equal to C, that's why the third one. Perfect. Let's see what do they want me to calculate. BG and DF, so that gives me, this is number 9. Number 10 will be, therefore BG is equal to DF. This is CPCTC. Done. Let's look at CF is equal to EG. CF is equal to EG, also from the same one. GE is equal to CF. CPCTC. Perfect. So we've done this question. Let's move on. The next question that we do is question number 14. Let's look at the question. Question 14 says, in the following figure, AB is equal to AC. So these two sides are equal. So the big triangle ABC is basically an isosceles triangle. AD is perpendicular to BC and BE bisects angle B. So these two angles are also marked equal, and EF is perpendicular to AB. So EF is perpendicular to AB. Let's see what we need to do. So we need to prove that BD and CD are equal. Now, which two triangles are they a part of? Yes, they are a part of the big triangles ABD and ACD. So let me just draw them separately. This is my first triangle and this is my second triangle. This is given as 90, this is 90, A, this is B, D and C and B. Let's see what else is given equal. So I have 190 degree. I have been given that AB is equal to AC and AD is the common side. So anything which helps me figure this out? Yes, I have a right angle equal, I have a hypotenuse equal, and I have a side equal. So let's start writing. Number 4 is already taken, so let's start with number 5. So angle ADB is equal to angle ADC is equal to 90 degree. This is given. Next is hypotenuse AB is equal to hypotenuse AC. This is also given. And then the next one would be AD is equal to AD. This is common arm. So three things done. Therefore, by RHS test, triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ADC. Putting it in terms of corresponding, A corresponds to A, D corresponds to D, and B corresponds to C. So this is my number 8. That's what they want me to prove. They want me to prove BD is equal to CD. So therefore, number 9 would be, therefore BD is equal to CD, CP, CT, C. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So this is what they wanted me to prove. Always a good habit to highlight what they want you to prove. Done. Let's look at part 2. Part 2 says, let me choose a different color so that I can highlight this triangle now. So let's look at ED and EF. So ED is this one and EF is this one. So any triangles that these are a part of, which we can look at. Yes, I think these are a part of these two triangles, which is FBE, which is this one, and BDE, this one. So let's try and draw them separately and let's see if we can prove something. So this is my first triangle, this is 90 degree, this is F, this is E, this is B. And this is my second triangle, which is, this is 90 degree, D, E and B. Let's see what's given. They said that BE bisects angle B, which means this angle B and this angle B are equal. 190 degree is equal and BE is a common arm. So angle, side. Let's check if the side is the corresponding side. This side is opposite 90. This side is also opposite 90. Perfect. So let's start writing. Now we already know the answer. So in triangle BFE and triangle BDE. Let's look at number. So I have finished with 9. So let's start with 10. First angle will be angle BFE is equal to angle BDE is equal to 90 degree. This is given. Number 11. First angle done, second angle. Angle FDE is equal to angle DBE. This is given but in the form BE bisects angle B. This is given. And the last one is PE is equal to BE. This is common arm. Therefore, by angle side test, triangle BFE is congruent to triangle B corresponds to B, F which is the 90-degree corresponds to D, and E. So this is my point number 13. What they want me to prove is ED and EF. They are part of this, ED and EF. Therefore, so that will be number 14. EF is equal to ED, CP, CTC. Writing reason, extremely important. Good habit to highlight your answer. These are the two things that they wanted us to prove. Let's go back and revise the way we did this question. First thing, we realized that which triangles BD and CD are a part of. So I realized that these are a part of these two big triangles. So I tried to prove them congruent. I was able to, that's why I could prove by CP/CTC, BD and CD are equal. Next, I had to figure out ED and EF, which is EF and ED, which two triangles they are a part of. They are a part of these two triangles. I tried to prove them congruent. I was able to, and that's how we moved on. So let's look at the last question from this exercise. The last question here is question number 15. Let's look at this question. Question 15 says, use the information given in the figure to prove AB is equal to FE. Perfect. And AB is given parallel to FE. That's what's given diagrammatically in the question. And AC is equal to DE. That's also given. So I need to prove AB equal to FE. So which triangle are they part of? Yes, AB is a part of this triangle ABC, and FE is a part of this triangle DFE. Let's draw them separately. Like my habit, always draw a rough diagram. It takes maybe that extra 15 seconds, but I find this visually extremely makes it very clear to me visually. So angle C and angle D are given equal. AC and DE are given equal. So I have got one side and one angle equal. I will have to get at least one more side or maybe one more angle equal. So let's see what can I do with this parallel line. So if AB is parallel to FE and BF is my transversal. So if this is my transversal, what does it make these two angles? Yes, these two angles now become alternate angles. Angle B and angle F are alternate angles. So then these alternate angles will be equal because these are parallel lines. So I've got an angle, and I've got a side. Let's check if it is the corresponding side. So this is my angle with two lines, this is my angle with two lines, and C and D are equal. So this side is opposite double line angle, and this side is opposite the double line angle. Perfect. Let's start writing. So in triangle ABC and triangle EFD, number 1, angle ACB is equal to angle EBF. Why? It's given in the question. That's given. Number 2, the next angle we've taken is angle B equal to angle F, which is angle ABC equal to angle EFD. Why? These are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. Done? And number 3 would be AC is equal to DE. This is given. Therefore, by AAS test, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle A corresponds to E, B is double line, which means it corresponds to F, and C corresponds to D. So that's my number 4. So now I will be able to prove my first part equal, which is number 5 would be, therefore AB is equal to FE. This is CPCTC. Done. Let's look at next part, which is BD. So BD is a part of my triangle or my side BC, and CF, which is a part of this triangle. So let's look at number 6. BC and DF will be equal. Why? Because this is CPCTC. So BC is equal to DF, again CPCTC. I notice that BC is slightly bigger than BD and DF is also slightly bigger than CF. So do they have anything in common? Yes, portion CD is common. So let's try and write this. BC can be written as BD plus DC and DF can be written as DC plus CF. Anything common on both sides? Yes, DC is common on both sides, which means I get BD is equal to CF. That's the second part that they wanted me to prove. The first part was AB is equal to FE. I have proved both the parts, hence that finishes this exercise for me. Let's look at some homework questions. Homework question for you would be question number 12 and question number 13. Thank you, take care and be safe. Bye bye.